evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome back to I Saw You in That Thing I Saw You In, the podcast where we sit down with New England-based actors to discuss the craft of acting, projects they've done, things they've learned along the way, tales from the set, and tips on how to get your foot in the door. As always, our show is sponsored by the Parody News Network. Every week, PNN takes aim at a popular movie or TV show and parodies the shit out of it. If you're looking for humor and entertainment, not to mention a break from mainstream news programs, subscribe to the Parody News Network and enjoy watching the news again. Go to youtube.com/Parody News Network to like and comment your little heart out. PNN, your favorite movies and TV shows, satirized for your protection. And now, without further ado, please welcome the lovely and talented Vivian Marie Wholey.
Woe to all of you who are listening who have never seen Noises Off. And I should not advise this, but if you would be so kind as to press pause, go and see some form of Noises Off. There are plenty of regional productions that you can see on YouTube. I also highly recommend the 1992 or perhaps 93 Peter Bogdanovich version, film version. Yep. But it is, as I have told you, and now I will tell everyone, my favorite play
it's so good.
All time.
Yeah.
All time.
Yep.
It is a play within a play. So if you are cast, you are
essentially playing two people.
Yes, you are playing someone who is playing someone.
Yep.
And those are two very distinct characters.
Correct.
So it's terribly, terribly difficult.
Yep.
Add on to that the amazing amount of slapstick and farce.
Yep.
The entrances, the exits, the
props.
Sardines, the axes, the newspaper,
so many
telephone,
so many things.
Inland Revenue, the glue. It's just it goes on and on and on and on, and it is if done well, it is brilliant. If done poorly, you're in for a very long evening at the theatre. So tell me how that came to you and what the experience was like. You played Poppy, yes?
I did, yes.
You played Poppy. All right, go on.
And so Poppy is the stage manager. So interestingly enough, she didn't have to play two parts. Like the part I got, she was the stage manager, so she wasn't an actor in the show, which I was really upset about at first because I was so drawn to the idea of playing two people, essentially. But yes, Poppy, I played Poppy, and it was I went to Endicott College in Beverly, Massachusetts for
Beverly, Massachusetts.
Beverly.
Which is where we are right now.
Exactly. So very close to here. And it was my, I believe, junior year of college. And it's funny because when I was in high school, they also did the production Noises Off, but they casted it the year before my freshman year. So basically when I was in 8th grade and I wasn't in school yet. So I couldn't even be in it because they just casted who they had. Like that was already there, like at Bill Rucker Memorial High School where I went to high school. Ridiculous, right? I know you're shaking your head. Like they didn't even open it up to the incoming freshmen. They just did it with who they had there. And I don't know why they casted it the year before. Probably because it is such a huge show that has so many moving parts. They wanted to start rehearsals or something as soon as possible. But it's funny because ever since that happened, I was like, I need to be in the show someday. This opportunity was taken from me. I need to be in it someday to get that opportunity back. And lo and behold, Endicott did it, thank God. And I was so happy to get a part in general. I know I said I was sad about not getting like another role that played two people essentially, but I was very happy to be in it. But that's how it came to me. So
in many ways, it was redemption.
Yes, for sure.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent. And was it the whirlwind that I imagine it to be?
Oh, yes. And we actually had an understudy cast as well. So they let them have an understudy show. And so they had to teach everything to these understudies as well. Or like all the understudies had to be at every rehearsal as well. So they had to take notes, do everything. So imagine not doing it on your feet, though. Like everything that happens in Noises Off, not being able to do it on your feet when you're the understudy. I can't even imagine. So I give them a ton of props. No pun intended with the props there. But there's so much that happens, and it was quite a whirlwind to learn everything, I'm not going to lie, but it was so fun. I got lucky with the cast that we did have. because everyone picked up on things really quickly. There were some rough spots where like maybe people were struggling with lines a little more than usual, or getting into the rhythm of, again, where people enter and exit and what props get transferred to what character and all that. But overall, it was such a good cast to do it with. I got very lucky with that. But it was quite difficult to learn, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, yes. Yes, quite difficult.
Yeah.
And you have the wonderful moment as Poppy of saying, because I'm pregnant.
Yep.
When in the midst of all the chaos, when there's a moment of silence and everyone gets to hear it.
It's like when you like start talking and then the room starts silencing and you're like, oh, great, everyone can hear me now. Like it was like a moment like that, definitely.
Yes.
In the midst of the chaos, yeah.
Yes. Please, everyone, do yourself a favor and just go see Noises Off. It is such a wonderful, wonderful production.
Yeah. And if anyone is near Acme Theatre in Weston, they have auditions coming up for their production of Noises Off, which, funny enough, I signed up to audition for, so that one might be thinking, you already did it, why would you do it again? But again, I want to see if I can get cast as another character and explore the show from a different character and lens. But if I'm not in it regardless, if any of you live in that area, I just know that Acme Theatre is putting that on. I forget when the show dates are. I think late October, early November. But
wow, okay.
That's a chance for you to see it live. Just putting it out there. Regardless if I'm in it or not. Hopefully I am.
Right. I'm sure by now everyone is already sick to death of us talking about Noises Off, but I don't care.
Deal with it.
If you precisely, I told you to press pause and go watch it. If you didn't, that's your problem.
Fault.
If you were to be cast as one of the other female leads, which would you choose?
I think I would choose either Dottie or Belinda Blair, and the reasons for that, and then my third answer would be Brooke. But my only thing with that is I was in a very similar production, like similar vibe. If you've heard of Play On by Rick Abbott, I believe is the author's name is.
I've heard of it, yes.
And, yes, another Play Within a Play, Farce, everything going wrong. And I was the same archetype character as what Brooke is in Noises Off, as I was in that. So I don't want to have to do that again, because I think I would end up playing it the same way. And again, I want different challenges, and I want to play characters of all ranges. So with that said, Brooke's not my first choice. It was when I was in college. I preferred Brooke over Poppy when I first auditioned. Now that I've gotten to play a character similar to her, I would say that my final answer is either Dottie or Belinda Blair. Dottie especially, because she's so funny, and her character differences between her actor character and the one she plays in the Play Within the Play are so different. That would be really fun to play with.
Yes, Dottie versus Mrs. Clackett.
Yes, correct. Yes. Yep. And you get to be super cockney for Mrs. Clackett.
That's very true. And also, Brooke has to run around for most of the show in her underwear.
Correct, and that takes lots of confidence that I don't know if I have quite yet.
I certainly wouldn't.
Yeah.
You would not catch me as Brooke.
Yep, no.
Just FYI, if anyone was wondering. I'm sure no one was.
No.
And please don't picture it. It will give you nightmares.
No. That would be fun, a gender-bent cast of Noises Off, though.
That would be very interesting. Mr. Clackett.
Yeah,
yes.
right? I'm already picturing it.
All right, let's put a pin in that.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we have to talk about other things. I mean,
That's
we don't
all right.
have to talk about other things.
Yeah,
This is my podcast. We can talk about whatever
Of
I
course,
like.
yes.
So, Act 1, Scene 1, the phone rings, Mrs. Clackett enters.
We should just actually reenact the whole script right now, actually.
All right.
That's where they'll get the audience will get their taste of Noises Off.
No, that's we.
I love
we
that
must,
you thought about it for a second.
We must talk about you. You're the whole reason we're doing this, and
thank you.
It's going to be your face on the title card.
Oh, gotcha.
So people,
that makes sense.
people will be they'll be clicking on whatever they're clicking, and they're not going to they're not going to see Noises Off on the title card.
Gotcha.
Although again, it is my podcast. I could do that.
Yes, exactly.
If I was so inspired. Perhaps at some point you could return and we could just do one entirely about Noises Off.
Right?
That
Yes.
would make me very happy,
I would
even if
love
we
that
don't
too,
record
yeah.
it.
Maybe I'll come back for, like, if I get cast in the Acme Theatre production, I can come back and give a new perspective on if I get a different character.
That would be excellent.
Right?
Yes. Do keep me
For sure, I will
apprised
do.
of what's happening there. All right. Why acting?
Great question.
Thank you.
My answer to that is that I hope is equally great of an answer, is that I love the human experience. I love everything, what it means to be human. And I love reading, so I'm drawn to a lot of books that are very much based in reality as well. So I'm actually not a huge fantasy person. With that said, that's because I love books like, if you've heard of Normal People by Sally Rooney, or Conversations with Friends by Sally Rooney, or just tons of like lots of Taylor Jenkins Reid books. And specifically, if you've heard of Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, Atmosphere just came out. Like, one thing I love about Taylor Jenkins Reid, side note, is that she is so good at world immersion. And that's something I think I also love about acting, like immersing yourself in all these new different worlds and being able to experience the human experience from different walks of life. And it's a way to be different people and know, like, yeah, just explore everything it means to be human in different ways. I don't know. I feel like that I rambled a little bit, but hopefully that was a coherent answer.
I don't think that was rambling. I think that was a lovely answer.
Okay, good.
How did you come to it?
I've always been super outgoing, and my parents always were like, we need to put her in like drama club, something. And so it was their idea. I've always done like dance, gymnastics, anything that it involves kind of performance. It wasn't until middle school that I got into theater, and again, per my parents' suggestion. And I loved it ever since, like the sense of performing for an audience, like the grandioseness of that, the Leo in me. But also, again, that's, I think when I started doing, because middle school was all plays, and then the second I started doing a play in high school, that's when it clicked for me, the idea of doing it for the love of like playing with what it means to be human and all these different levels of character work, character development, delving into a character of like, who is this character? Why do they do what they do? What about their past informs the decisions they make now? Like, doing that. And then I learned a lot about myself through doing that as well for characters. And then I started asking the questions I ask characters, or about the characters I'm playing, about myself.
In my research, I discovered, and I'm going to need to paraphrase here because I don't have your specific quote, but it intimated that you are, when it comes to portraying different characters and different roles, you are willing not only to travel, but to effect physical changes to yourself. Do you think that's healthy?
Probably not.
Okay.
I think when I wrote that, because I think what you're referring to is, that's in like my cover letter or something.
Something like that, yes.
/ like my bio, I think, that I put on my website.
Yes.
And I do think that when I wrote that, it was to make myself look more appealing to anyone in a casting position. To be like, oh, she's willing to do ABC. Perfect. So definitely not healthy. Maybe I'll change it, actually, now that I think about it. But I definitely wrote that in the beginning of my acting journey, when I was trying to make myself in any way possible look like the most appealing to any casting directors, anyone in a casting position, to be like, oh, she's willing to dye her hair blue. Perfect. So, or maybe put on a few pounds, lose a few pounds. Like, so I do say, now that you've brought it up, I'm like, yeah, that is maybe not the most healthiest thing ever.
No, definitely not. And
but young Vivian thought it was okay.
Oh, young Vivian. You're so different now.
Right? Exactly.
And that is also the classic case of give them an inch and they'll take a mile.
Yep.
So if you're willing to lose 2 pounds, they'll ask you to be losing 15.
Exactly.
So yes, it's all terrible. So yes, don't give them that ammunition.
Good point.
Thank you. Look at what we're learning here today. It's
exactly.
glorious.
Learning more about myself.
So you minored in theatre at Endicott, as you mentioned. Being a Beverly guy, I'm very familiar with Endicott. But let's also bullet point this, that you were on the Dean's List every semester. You had a cumulative 3.98 GPA.
Woo.
Were inducted into Kappa Pi International Art Honors Society, and were a nominee for a Senior Thesis Award. Congratulations on all of that.
Thank you very much.
But my question actually relates more directly to Endicott, and that question is, how is their theatre program?
It's absolutely amazing, and I think it's even gone up in the years since I've graduated. Like,
really?
When I was there, that we had a lovely director. Shout out to Katie Clark Robertson. She's amazing. It was very enjoyable, and I think it wasn't, not that it wasn't amazing my earlier years, but the year that we did Rocky Horror, like for our musical, that's really hard to say in a British accent. I was like, how do I make this not sound like I'm saying whore?
Rocky Horror?
Yeah, which could fit.
I suppose.
But I think that was because we sold out all 4 shows for that. And then now, ever since, I think they sell out pretty frequently ever since we did that show.
Wow.
So I think that was the turning point where it got to be like really like well known for being really, really great. And I go back and see the shows because I still know some people left in them. Next year, I think, will be the first year that everyone I know will have graduated. That shows how old I am, / like how much out of college, how long out of college I've been. But they've gone up so high. Like every time I go back, the production value and the ensemble and all the roles and the acting, they just get so much better. And yeah, and even like I said, even in my early years there before Rocky Horror, like. It was great as well, but they really have turned the tables, and it's continuing on that incline.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's not something you hear about.
Right? I know. I was talking about this with a friend the other day that I feel like in this area, Salem State is more known for their theatre.
Yes.
And like maybe like Endicott is not the first place you think of when you think of schools known for theatre.
No, certainly not.
But it's like becoming one, I think, for sure. Like again, every time I go back, the audiences are full. I mean, I think people also just enjoy musicals a little more than straight plays.
True.
So maybe that's why. But even their plays, they fill up pretty frequently from when I've gone. So they're doing quite well. Yeah.
Extraordinary.
Right?
It's a hidden gem right here on Boston's North Shore.
Exactly. Yeah. Even if you don't know anyone, I recommend seeing a show there. They're really good.
I will.
Yeah. And I mean, one could be like, well, you're biased. That's your alma mater. But I'm telling you, like they're really like I said, I know few or less and less people the more I go back and see a show. So it's not even like I'm going for friends, like I am, but like it's becoming more and more like just seeing a show, since I only know 2 or 3 people left in the shows and productions, and still I'm like this is objectively like a great show. Yeah.
Well, it's right up the road. So I've no excuse there.
I know, exactly. I'll hold you to it.
I suppose if I hate it, I'll blame you.
Exactly. You have a scapegoat.
I do.
There's really no reason for you to not go.
That's true. You're absolutely right. I shall. You have an extensive theatre resume.
Thank you for noticing.
How could one not notice? Dating all the way back to 2016. Just a couple of film credits. And then no TV and no commercial. Are you interested in those avenues?
Oh, of course. Again, I'd love to do everything at my disposal. Anything where I can act.
All right. Well, I will say commercial pays best.
Good to know.
And while you're waiting for TV or film, as you said, the student films, the short films are the best way to bide your time,
yes.
I suppose, if that's the way to put it.
Gotcha, yes.
But yes, commercial, if you're looking for the money, that's where it is.
Gotcha. Good to know.
Is what I'm told.
Yes.
All right. With regard to your acting journey, what's the scariest thing you've done or experienced?
Ooh. Oh, that's a good one.
Thank you. I do prep.
Yes, it shows, yes. I will say the first thing that came to mind was when I was Jenny May in The Diviners. That was, I think, my first drama. And there was a scene where my character had to like bawl, like burst into tears crying. It's like the climax of the show. It's the very end. And this is a play that's been out for a while, so I feel like I can talk about the ending, right?
It's probably all right.
Okay.
Yes, I would think.
The premise of the show is that it's this little boy who his mother drowned, and so he's traumatized by water, afraid of water. A preacher comes into the town and tries to kind of make the town less afraid and like do stuff in the town, do preacher stuff. I don't know, and
do preacher stuff.
Yeah, and then my character, the older sister of the little boy, meets him. I think they kind of fall in love, even though she's 16 and he's definitely not 16, a little older than 16.
Right.
All this to say, though, that the brother, the sad irony is that he ends up drowning in the end.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, right. When the preacher was trying to get him unafraid of water, and he thought he was doing well swimming, and then he was not.
Oh, so, I hate this thing.
Yes, right. It's a good play, but it is very sad.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. So all this to say, I think the first thing I thought of was the scariest thing was having to act that scene out because it was so vulnerable. And the first time I ever, in a live audience, had to like be that emotional. Because beforehand, had always done comedies. And you get an audible reassurance when you're doing well in comedy because you get laughter.
Mm-hmm.
Dramas and things that are sad, you don't get any audible reassurance unless, I mean, I shouldn't be hearing laughter when my brother's drowning.
No, you should not.
So I had to, I had to kind of get really out of my head to do that scene and not think about anything else. And again, be super, super vulnerable. And I think at that point, I was also myself either 17 or 16. So super young to have to do that as well. So that's the first thing that came to my brain.
Once again, I Saw You in That Thing I Saw You In is sponsored by the Parody News Network. Every week, PNN takes aim at a popular movie or TV show and parodies the shit out of it. If you're looking for humor and entertainment, not to mention a break from mainstream news programs, subscribe to the Parody News Network and enjoy watching the news again. Go to youtube.com/Parody News Network to like and comment your little heart out. PNN, your favorite movies and TV shows, satirized for your protection.
Have you ever had to do an intimate or nude scene?
Not nude, thank God, but I did have to do an intimate scene actually in that Play On show I was saying about. That's by Rick Abbott and another Farce, play within a play comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny because I was the youngest in the cast, and that's not to say anything bad, but the person I had to kiss was a little older than me in real life as well. So I was really nervous, but that was one of the best casts I've ever been in. It was a community theater production. Everyone was great. But yeah, and it's actually kind of wild that I didn't have to do any intimate scenes until out of college. And that was the first and last time ever since. But yeah, so it was only kissing though. So, but yeah, that's it.
So, and this is strictly my observation, is that you look quite young.
Thank you.
I mean, you are young, but you look even younger than you are.
That is amazing to hear.
I feel. Does that make parts harder to come by?
I think so, a tiny bit, just because, for example, how I said my dream role, other than what I already played, Poppy and Noises Off, if I was to do it again, I'd love to be Dottie.
Mm-hmm.
But that role is, typically for, I think it's advertised as, 40s, 50s range.
Yes.
But obviously when I did it in college, it was a college-age student doing it, because obviously the max age you'll get in college is, 22 or something like that. So
right.
They worked with what they had.
Sure.
But there's nothing a little makeup can't do, and you can always change your age and inflection and your mannerisms and everything. So that's my argument for why it shouldn't matter, but I think it does, and I think I'm scared that I won't be even considered for Dottie because of my youth. I will say I was recently in a Emerson feature film, and I was cast as a mom of an 8-year-old. Right? Yeah. So I was like, what's that supposed to mean? That's why I appreciate you saying I look young, because I was worried that it was starting to be am I already looking so old that I could play a mother?
No.
So then so very interesting. But I was so grateful for the role. But again, I feel like I did my best in changing the way I spoke, my normal voice and my mannerisms and everything to seem and appear older. So I guess that's an example of why it shouldn't matter. But I do think it does, especially in theater, actually. But I'm trying to think if I've faced, not discrimination, but haven't gotten a role in other theater productions because of my age. And I guess technically no, because the role I played in Play On was around the age that I am in real life.
Mm-hmm.
But I think going forward, the first thing coming to mind being the audition for Noises Off at that different theater, I don't know if I'll even be considered for Dottie.
Right.
Because I'm not sure what their mindset is on ages of the characters being true to the ages of the people playing them, or if they're okay with just doing makeup to cover up the fact.
Right.
So yeah, I'm not sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Even Belinda, you might not be considered old enough.
Right, because I was shocked to see their age range for Belinda was, I think, 30s or 40s.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Poppy and Brooke
which is
we've circled
one part I
back
played already, and the other
to
part...
Noises Off,
Yeah.
which is glorious.
Yes.
I have no problem with it.
That was my fault that time.
that was your fault. Yes, I had drifted away from it, and you brought me back.
Yes, that was totally my fault. My bad.
Do you have a funny story from the set or behind the scenes that you can share?
Ooh.
Or an embarrassing one. Those are even better. Sometimes they're the same story. Funny
right,
and
I know,
embarrassing,
overlap.
yes. They were embarrassing then and they're funny now.
Yes, exactly. I'm trying to think. I think the first thing that came to my mind was High Rollers, which is actually a film that I did with Kayla.
Garabedian?
Yes, Garabedian.
The drinker of whiskies.
Yes, exactly. That's actually how we met, and we've been friends ever since. And that was, I think, back in February 2024, so a bit ago at this point.
Right.
But that one was funny because it was set in winter, because it was also filmed in winter. And my character was the kind of the whimsy and naive, really childlike one. By the way, the premise of this was 4 women who tried to rob a casino together. And fun fact, they had named all 4 of the women after the Little Women sisters.
Oh.
So I was Amy,
All right.
if that gives you any kind of indication of like the kind of role I played. But yeah, the young one and the one that they just brought on to be the distraction for them to get in, not to actually do any of the robbing. So my wardrobe choice, based on the fun, whimsical stuff I had, was a sweater dress, but it still was right at my knees. So my legs were pretty exposed. So filming was freezing. And so there was lots of, I guess it's not like a funny story, but there was that. But then also like I had to do cartwheels, like, because there's a scene where Kayla's character drives up to meet my character, and I'm supposed to be doing this whole gymnastics routine in the snow, in my sweater dress, that is also layered with this big red puffer, and butterfly clips in my hair. So that was very, yeah. And then there was, and same thing with a scene I did with Kayla, like I'm supposed to be nonstop humming in the passenger seat of the car, and she is so annoyed that she ends up, because I'm playing with, those dice you put on the rearview mirror?
The fuzzy dice, yes.
Yes, I'm like supposed to be playing with those, and then eventually her character just gets so annoyed that she like rips them off and throws it out the window. But funny enough, she actually accidentally ripped off the whole rearview mirror.
Oh, very nice.
She knew not to throw that out of the window. She realized soon enough, thank God. But so that was a funny moment. So that was kind of like a whole slew of answers, but just like that whole experience was super fun filming, just based on the fact that the character I got to play. And I do have one more from this film. Is it too much?
No, of course. Go on.
As I'm talking, I'm like remembering more. But then there was another part where my character, we're meeting the fourth and final character we're meeting, and she's supposed to be the brains of the operation. And I accidentally, she like bends down to get something that she dropped, and I don't notice, so I swing my car door open, and it hits her in the head and knocks her out unconscious. And I remember being so scared to actually hit the actress, and she did the whole putting her hand like on her like head to avoid it actually hitting her head. But again, I always got so nervous. And then we also had to like lift her into the car, and actually carry her weight. And that whole experience was a really hard try not to laugh moment. Like I was struggling so hard not to laugh when we were hitting her and putting her in the car. Like that was very hard to not laugh at.
Yes.
So
I can well imagine.
Yes. So all that said, it was just a very fun experience overall filming that, and which makes sense because it was a comedy essentially that we were filming. But yeah, it was quite a experience.
Yes, certainly sounds that way.
Yeah.
Is there something you'd like to do in the future that you haven't done yet?
Ooh.
Besides this, obviously.
Of course, yeah. I can cross being on I Saw You in That Thing, I Saw You in Off.
Kick that box.
Exactly. I think just doing any role that requires me to learn a new skill would be really cool. So like I am learning acoustic guitar right now, so to use that in a role could be really cool. But also like learning like horseback riding or like surfing, playing the piano, like I would love to learn a new skill for a role. I love when I hear that actors do that. And because I guess that's also why I'm drawn to acting. Like, again, stepping into the shoes of different characters lets you learn so many things and get to do so many cool things. So I think that would be my answer, to like do a role where I can learn any new skill.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I take great pleasure in looking in when I find someone's resume, looking in the special skills section because so many people lie.
Yeah.
First of all, but then the ones that don't lie have very bizarre and very unique skills and talents.
Yep, gotcha.
Do you have any? Do you have any hidden weird talents that we should exploit right now?
Well, so I can do the worm, but that's not really conducive with a podcast.
Right.
It's very visual.
No one would be able to see it.
I could just be saying this and no one would need to believe me because there's no visual to go with it.
That's true. I could just, oh my God, you're doing the worm.
Yeah, exactly. So I actually do have that on my special skills. I mean,
doing the worm?
On my resume, yeah.
All right.
Because again, I thought that would be a fun thing to have on there. And then it implies, well, not implies because I have it listed on here as well. I have the classic dancing, writing, choreography, singing and all that. So I have the kind of standard ones that people think of. And then I have, the worm on there. I do have beginner level surfing and I do have beginner guitar on there. And then I also have elementary proficiency in Greek because I'm learning Greek on Duolingo right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know how much that would help, but anything helps.
You never know.
Yeah, exactly.
All I'm picturing is a casting agent looking and saying, well, she does the worm and she loves cheese.
Perfect.
I suppose she's perfect.
For this role that
for this
specifically...
very specific role.
Right, exactly. Again, you never know.
You never do. It's true. You're currently based in Massachusetts. Do New York City or Los Angeles beckon?
They do, and I've gotten asked this question a lot, and I'm such a homebody. I love my family. I love all my friends that live here, so it's so hard to even think about moving. At first, the big dream was LA, because that's, I think, what everyone associates with wanting to be an actor with, if you have to live there to make it big. But then when I think about it, I'm like, oh my God, that's so far. It's across the country, and I don't know how well I would fare there. But then friends pointed out, what about New York? That's equally as known for acting, and you would be more of a drive away versus a whole plane ride away, 6-hour plane ride. So New York has become more of a more possibility and what I'm thinking of more as an option. But again, either option sounds so scary to me, but that's how everything starts. You're scared. Any new change is scary, but you just have to take that jump, take that leap, and then whatever's meant to be will be. I'm a very firm believer in what everything happens for a reason, and everything will work out just fine. So I think that I just have to bite the bullet eventually and do it.
Most people that I talk to, given the choice, choose Los Angeles because they're so sick of the weather here.
Which is valid, yes.
And they would just get more of the same in New York, if not worse.
That's honestly valid, and I am someone who loves the sun, so that is the appealing part of Los Angeles to me as well. So I do get that. I do get why people say that first.
But I also hear quite a bit that the Boston / New England area, it is far easier to be a big fish in a small pond here.
I agree, yeah.
Than it would be there, where it's an enormous pond and everyone's the same size.
For sure.
So...
And I like that.
And it's, if there's enough here for you, take it.
Exactly, yeah.
I suppose.
For sure.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that's why I was drawn to Endicott, because it wasn't a huge school where similar to, I had a friend go to UMass Amherst, they're known for being huge. And so Endicott I was really drawn to because of that concept of being a big fish in a small pond. You kind of know everybody's face, you know a good amount of people, and everyone's kind of more tight-knit in an environment like that.
Very true.
Yeah.
Go Gulls.
Go Gulls, yes, of course.
If you could give just one piece of advice to aspiring actors who are just starting their careers, what would it be?
This is great, because this is advice that I should listen to as well. But...
wonderful. You can play this back and listen to yourself
right?
telling this
whenever
to you.
I need this. I think it would just be, this sounds so cheesy, but just believe in your abilities and just stick with it. And so, for example, I started my acting Instagram. I have 2 Instagrams. I have my personal one, then I have one where I specifically post monologues, acting videos. And that was with the intention of a way to act while I'm not acting. Like maybe while I'm not really landing many roles, this is a way for me to still do the thing I love. And maybe selfishly or like ulterior motive wise, like maybe someone will see it, an acting video, similar to like La La Land, where only one person went to her Emma Stone's show at the very end, or Mia's, the character's name, show at the very end, but it was the one person who got her where she wanted to be. So just hold out hope. And also, this is kind of a dual advice, but don't compare yourself. I make the awful mistake of comparing myself so much to others around me. Like, oh, they're way more successful than I am. They're doing so much more than I am. And I still have to stop myself from doing that. So I would say, like, I know that was a little bit of a rambling answer, but my final answer is trust in your abilities, believe in your abilities, continue doing what you love. Do not let, like, comparing yourself to others or outside factors affect the way you see yourself and see your talents and how far you can go. Was that coherent? I feel like I keep not being coherent.
You're going to have to listen back to yourself and think, is this good advice for me?
Yes.
Because this was the advice that you wanted to hear.
Exactly, yes.
So you tell me. And my final question for you is, what is next?
Great question. Unfortunately, I don't really have a solid answer right now because it's really up in the air. I just, like I said, finished 2 film projects, which is really exciting, but that means I'm in that lull kind of waiting period for the next thing. I'm still auditioning, still sending in self-tapes. I do have, and I still do love live theatre. I love both film and live theatre for different reasons. So I'm still auditioning for community theatre things. And yes, that might not be the best course of action for someone who wants to make it big in the film and TV industry, but it's because I just love acting and I still love live performance. So anything, again, to act and explore that is up my alley, and I want to do it. So I have that audition with Acme Theatre for Noises Off, like I said. But it's really kind of up in the air right now, which I'm okay with. I used to be really down on myself if I didn't have anything going on or lined up right away. But now I'm kind of trying to be better about realizing that taking things slow or taking breaks is okay. So
Indeed.
Yeah, I might be like one of the worst actor guests on your show because I don't have an IMDb page with known flaws, and I don't have anything lined up right now. So,
well, let me throw this out there.
I'm non-union.
yes, but you're accentuating the negative.
Yes.
Let me throw this out there. The Parody News Network is brilliant.
Yes.
It's a brilliant YouTube program.
I agree.
And I know the guy who runs it.
Oh, do you?
I do.
This is amazing.
He looks much younger than he is.
Yeah.
Amazingly talented, handsome, charismatic, sexy, everything you could want a man to be. I can speak to him and see if I can get you in with the Parody News Network.
Networking.
Yes.
I would love that. That would be much appreciated.
And then that way you wouldn't even have to audition.
Amazing.
You could just be part of it.
That's amazing.
So
thank you.
Perhaps that's what's next for you.
All right. Yes, that'd be perfect. And maybe it's better that I have nothing lined up because then I'll have more free time for that.
That's true. Interesting. That is kismet right there. Well, Vivian, I have enjoyed immensely our conversation
Me as well.
of Noises Off, and I was actually wondering if I would be able to go the entire time with the British accent, and
yes,
we both were.
We did it.
We both made it to the end.
I think I slipped a little bit into my normal voice for some words or some small things, but we did it.
I don't think you
didn't.
did.
You were great.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, you were great.
Well, let me before we say goodbye, let me tell you a quick little PNN story. Did I tell you the Downton Abbey story?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, the Downton Abbey story. What a debacle. So, this was season 4 of the Parody News Network, which was quite a while ago. And back then I was idealistic, and I had this sense of I want everyone to feel like we're a bonded cast, and that we have an esprit de corps. So I decided that for the final episode of the season, I would write a parody episode that would allow the entire cast to be part of it. at the same time,
Yeah.
but everyone would film individually
Yep.
and then everyone would appear in it.
Yes.
So I went immediately to Downton Abbey because there are so many
Yep.
characters just
Great idea,
all
yes.
over the place. So I wrote the script and I cast it and I was ever so excited about it. And the one detail I forgot
Uh-oh.
to check was, can everyone do a British
Oh,
accent?
God.
And the answer to that question is no.
I was going to say, yeah.
I would argue only I could.
Oh, no.
And I suppose it was arrogance or hubris that made me presuppose that if I could do it, they all
that
could.
everyone could, yeah.
They could not.
Oh, no.
And so if you watch that episode back, it is ambitious.
All right.
And you will hear amazing attempts
Keyword attempts.
at something.
Gotcha. Okay.
But they're just awful.
Oh, my gosh.
The accents were
Do
just...
they know that? Like, do they know? Would they be surprised to hear you say that?
They would not.
Okay,
No,
gotcha. Okay.
there was a great deal of panic
Oh, no.
as each person came on and realized that they would then have to do a British accent.
God.
Because I don't think I warned them. I just assumed if you had seen Downton Abbey,
Yeah,
you would
know it's British.
we're not going to be doing an Americanized version, although that might have been funny as well.
Yeah.
But I've been told, I can't agree with it, I can't abide by it, but I've been told it's funnier because there are no
It's
real,
like-
true
yeah.
British accents besides
I see
mine
it. I see
as
the
Lord
vision.
Grantham.
Yeah.
So perhaps someday
Mm.
I will have enough people in the cast who can do British accents and we can revisit.
Like a part 2, yeah.
Yes,
sequel.
because they've done films now, Downton Abbey films, so we
Okay.
could revisit it under that umbrella.
Okay, yes. Like a reboot.
Because the first episode was simply about the series.
Yes.
So yes,
that would be great.
fingers crossed.
This was
maybe
this whole podcast was my audition essentially then for that.
pretty much yes, and congratulations, you've
Oh,
passed.
amazing. I'm
with
so happy.
Flying colours.
Oh, amazing.
Extraordinary.
So happy to hear.
Vivian, thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you.
today.
Thank you so much.
This was very fun. I really enjoyed
I
this.
agree, me as well.
And we'll see you all again next time on I Saw You in That Thing I Saw You In.
If you're hearing this message, you've listened to the entire podcast, and for that, thank you. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please leave us a review on Spotify. See you next week for another installment of I Saw You in That Thing I Saw You In.